The wounds of a friend are better than the kisses of an enemy. The wounds of a friend are better than the kisses of an enemy. Another translation says the wounds of a friend can be trusted. Okay. Now, why in the world would a friend wound me? Well, pretty much the same reason the dentist wounded me yesterday. Same reason my knee surgeon wounded me last year, to heal me, to help me. Now, excuse me, I've got, need a sip here. Unless you are somebody that we have never seen since Jesus walked the earth, you're not perfect. Okay? And I'm not perfect. And just like the best airplane in the world, take the best one, and you start flying that sucker across the country, you know what? It needs correction because it starts to go off the heading a little bit. Life kind of pushes over here or whatever, the pilot, that's fine, as long as we're going in the right direction, but we need to be corrected when we go in the wrong direction, right? That doesn't mean you're a bad plane. It means if somebody loves you down on the ground, they're going to talk to the pilot and say, dude, hang a left a little bit, you're going to miss your target. That's a friend. And you know what? It's a wound, right? I mean, sometimes it's not fun to get criticism, we call it. But actually, it's medicine. It's medicine. And one of the ways that we diagnose character disorders is the ability for somebody to be able to take feedback without going ballistic. A person that can't take feedback without experiencing it as, well, I guess you're criticizing me, or I guess you think I'm not smart, or what are you questioning my integrity? It's like, dude, I was just telling you, your fly's undone. Come on, guys, we got to get better in this. And we all do it. Everybody's got their little, you punch anybody the wrong tender spot, and we get defensive and reactive. Defensiveness is one of the known highest qualities that predicts divorce. Look at John Gottman's research, for example. They can watch a couple interact, and if they can't take feedback, if they get defensive, that's one of the behaviors that predicts divorce with a 93% accuracy. That's how powerful this is. And one of the things we see in marriage a lot of times is this verse lived out in a triangle. You got a spouse that, she might just say, that didn't feel good when you do that. Or, if you're late, could you give me a call? Or, whatever it is. Okay. And then he doesn't take that as medicine. It's going to get the plane headed closer to the intimacy and the relationship that they want. Takes it as persecution. You're so critical. How come everything I do is... And then what happens? Well, the kisses of an enemy are readily available, right? And they'll gravitate towards somebody that flatters them. And then that might be work, or it might be a friend, or it could be an illicit relationship, or it could even be a substance. Go medicate themselves. That's a lot of flattery by an enemy. Makes you feel good, right? While you recover from this persecution that you're getting over here. Well, a lot of times, baby, that's not persecution. That's just the wound of somebody that loves you. Somebody wants you to see something. So here's my call to action for you today. Find some really good wounders for your life. Don't surround yourself with people that will kiss you straight to hell. They just flatter you and just won't tell you where, something doesn't look right or feel right or you're not doing right. No, get some real friends. Get some real friends. And once we get them, let's, yesterday I went to the dentist. I had to lay down in the chair and say, sort of like Finley. For those of you who don't know, Finley's our new, I say new now, it's almost been, uh, when did we get her? We got her in April. She was 10 weeks old. Now she's a big Doberman and is a sweetheart. But you walk in and, Finley trusts me. And when I walk in, she comes up and, her little tail, she doesn't have much of a tail. She's got that Doberman nub and it's kind of wagging like crazy. And she comes up and she says hi, and then she goes right on her back and she just says, just scratch my tummy, and her ears go back. She submits. Why? Because of trust. And so what we've got to do is have friends that we trust so much that it's like in the dentist chair yesterday. I just played Finley. I just leaned back, said, go ahead, do what you want to. And you know what? And I'll close with this. We'll go to the calls. Here's what's interesting. I just hate dentists. Something I have to confess all the time. God, please forgive me. I hate dentists. But it's an old hatred because when I grew up, I had a dentist when I was a kid that he just kind of thought Novocaine was too much trouble sometimes. He just, oh, that doesn't hurt. Come on. Oh my gosh, I hated it. It hurt so bad. Well, my system still had, I still got dentist PTSD. By and large, going to the dentist today does not hurt. They have gotten really good at this, really good. But I was in that chair yesterday, and my body autonomically, right? My body would get defensive, I going, Henry, relax. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. And there were times like I had to kind of remember, this is good for me. It's not gonna hurt. Let's do that with our honest friends that tell us where we can get better. Really, really important. When the kids are growing up, we have two girls who are in college now. But in family meetings, sometimes we got to where this was pretty fun actually. But I wanted them to learn to like receive feedback. So we would have this thing where everybody go around the table and say, okay, so everybody, what mom do well this week that you liked? And then after that, okay, where's an area where she could do better? Or where's an area where dad could do better? Or where's an area where Olivia could do better? Or where's an area where Lucy could do better? And what was so heartwarming was to see these girls, like when they would get called out by their team, right? You kind of see them kind of smile, oh, you got me. And it wasn't a bad thing. And that's a prayer that I always had for them, that they could receive feedback as a good thing. So let's do that.